Every Saturday these volunteers patrol Bristol streets with one aim: to get everyone home safely. But with a recent study suggesting a rise in the city's cocaine use, especially at weekends, that is becoming more of a challenge.
It's all about the unexpected, when things go wrong, when things go silly. Give us the wisdom to see the difference between what's being celebrated and what's gone wrong.
After a short prayer and briefing with one of the local police constables, it's time to head out into the night. The Street Pastors have been running patrols in Bristol for 6 years, and it doesn't take us long before we encounter trouble.
We heard on the radio that a couple of guys had been fighting with the door staff, and what had happened, they were up to no good in a cubicle, either taking drugs or doing something.
But that's by something. Within the first 5 minutes of us kind of going out and patrolling, there's already been what appears to be a drug-related incident.
Yeah.
As the patrol continues, I meet up with former Bristol bouncer Matt State. He's worked in the industry for more than 20 years and explains cocaine use has become increasingly common and accepted.
Within the younger generation, it does seem to be more normalised. It's definitely more accepted than it used to be, and the other real difference is the types of drugs that people have, because as the music shifts and society shifts and so on and so forth, the drugs shift with it. So you've got a difference in the type of drugs people are taking and what they want to take those drugs for.
Having worked in a number of the city's most popular nightclubs, Matt was in charge of stopping drug taking. At one stage, his family was threatened because he threw out a local drug dealer. But he reveals it's simply not possible to stop the trade completely.
But when you're looking at certain events, promotions, festivals and things, it's an accepted part of what they're doing, because the truth is, if somebody's holding an event and you absolutely nail down on the drugs 100% and don't allow any of it at all, then you're in a world where the people will just take their party somewhere else.
In a city where cocaine use appears to have become more common, the Street Pastors are more important than ever. Anne knows that when mixed with alcohol, the consequences can be fatal, especially near water.
So when I was walking down Park Street, and there were a couple of guys taking cocaine in one of the shop doorways, which did shock me, because there's a lot of CCTV around there, and I just couldn't quite believe they were doing it so openly on Park Street. It's not something you see every single time we come out, but it does happen, and we certainly see the effects of it sometimes. And that's always one of those calls which we have to make, which is it just alcohol that's affected them, or have they actually taken something stronger?
It's just coming up to 2 in the morning, but this is actually the busiest time for the Street Pastors as they try to get everyone home safely. But they say there are 2 main factors which stop them doing that, and one is alcohol and the other is drugs. Moments later we get a call over the radio that a man is unconscious in a doorway. An ambulance is on its way, but the Street Pastors arrive first. The most important question is to establish if the man has taken any drugs. Fortunately this time it appears not, and as he returns to consciousness, the team are satisfied he'll be okay. Bristol's nightlife has some of the best venues and music in the whole of the UK. And even though researchers suggest cocaine use in Bristol is among the highest in Europe, what is perhaps more worrying, as Matt State points out, is the acceptance that taking the drug is simply normal. Max Walsh, ITV News, Bristol.